It's based on this producer, Chris Malick, who's a guy I know that's from Fort Worth. I'm from Dallas, and he had gotten George Gallo and Andy Weiss to write the script kind of based on his story. So for me, that was really interesting and fun because that's the first time I've ever gotten to be around, you know, the real person that I'm playing. The story of Middleman is a guy, Jack Harris, who's an entrepreneur. And I mean, the movie doesn't cover this, but he would have been involved in different businesses. And the movie starts with him hearing about these two guys, Buck and Wayne, who have this idea. They get the model for how to charge people to look at content on their home computers, and everyone who wants to kind of look at pornography has to go through this program. And these guys came up with it. They were kind of like idiot savants. Jack Harris gets involved. He's a family man, you know, a couple of kids, and then he just gets into this business, which kind of takes off, while at the same time, because it's in this completely different world, it does have kind of a, you know, kind of a sordid aspects to it. He kind of gets pulled into it a little bit and kind of loses his way, while at the same time getting involved with the mob, the Russian mob, and the FBI, and he, you know, starts a romance with, you know, one of the girls that works on these websites. So yeah, a lot happens to him just from his business. Buck Dolby and Wayne Beering, they're played by Gabriel Macht and Giovanni Ribisi. And I mean, to me, that's like one of my favorite parts of the movie, just because, I mean, it's like comedic, but it's also kind of really informative at the same time. And those guys are both really great actors. And I mean, for me, just to work with people my own age that I also admire is always really interesting, because, you know, I always kind of look to older actors, but both those guys are so good. George Gallo's the director, and I think he's perfect for it just because of, he's a great writer. You know, he wrote Midnight Run and Bad Boys, so he's really good with, I think, like kind of snappy dialogue that's entertaining, yet it's also, I think, kind of smart dialogue. And he's also has, like, I think, really good influences. And to me, he's like one of those guys with like the same kind of influence as me.